Okay, today I want to talk about how to fill out your homestead exemption. In 2022, the law changed here in Texas where you can actually go apply after your deed has been recorded and you have a driver's license with the address of the property you're at. You don't have to have the physical copy, at least the paper copy that shows it, because you'll have to submit that along with the homestead exemption form. There's no need to pay anyone to do this. Gives you a lot of benefits. There's bankruptcy protection, other legal protections, not an attorney, so I can't really go into it. But I'm going to go through one on Collin County CAD today, because that just happens to be where I found a property that no one lives in yet. So let's get started on it. So you go to the CAD website of where you're at. That's the Central Appraisal District. You'll do a property search. You'll put in your information. You'll put in your address there, your owner name, last name, first name, or you put your street number and street name, and all the data will come up that you need. So let's get started. I actually picked one out. I'm going to put a fake address here. This way you can kind of see. First, we want to start with the street address. So we're going to call it 123 Main Street. And this one's Royse City, that happens to be in Collin County. And 75189, this again is a fake address. But there is a legal description which you'll get from there. This one happens to be Creekside. You'll put the phase, if it's got one, phase 1A, block E, and sorry I messed up here, but lot 49. The tax year, if you're filling out right now, it's 2022. The property ID, there's actually a parcel ID that you will find there online when you pull up your address. So I'm going to put this in R12369 DOE 0490-1. Okay, and you can go back up to a couple years if you failed to do so. And today we're just going to choose a general homestead exemption. You do have disabled person. There you would have to get a doctor statement. Also in Texas, if you're 100% disabled veteran, you provide that form and you don't pay taxes as a disabled, 100% disabled. But today we're going to do general homestead exemption, so you're going to check that box. And then we're going to say, this case, you own the property, so you have to own the property. Okay, wait, let's finish here. So disabled veteran, this doesn't apply. Were you receiving a current, okay, this doesn't apply here, you're not a disabled veteran. If you were, you check yes. Were you receiving a homestead exemption on your previous resident? If you were, you're going to check yes, so we're going to check yes. Are you transferring? No, you're not transferring. You're not transferring a ceiling. This is only if you're older like me, so you put that there. So if you would put in here, if you are transferring exemption from a previous address, you put that address here. We could call it 125 Yahoo in Royse City. And this removes the address, or it removes the exemption from the previous address you were at. And here, if you're a married couple, we're just going to say it's a married couple, John Doe, and you'll put in a birth date, 1/1/1955, and we're just going to make up numbers here. You put in your social, ownership, 50%, and Jane Doe. 1/1/1959, and you put in your social, and you both have 50% ownership. And you'll put in a primary phone number, and mailing address, which would be your current address, which would be 123 Main in Royse City, 75189. And here, if your mailing address is different, they're going to want an explanation. And I can tell you they do audit, because I was one of the first ones to be audited. You want to make sure your utility bills go there, your bank statements, everything. So just be careful. And here you put the date you acquired the property. We'll just put 8/5/2022. Date you began occupying, we'd say 8/5/2022. That's the date you move in. The physical address, you put that again, 123 Main Street, Royse City. Sorry, I write terribly. 75189. Legal description, again, you'd put up there. And again, if someone sees this in the future and this happens to be your property, it's no one's right now. Apologize for that. It's not the real address. I did that on purpose. Number of acres, not to exceed 20. This one's probably 0.25. I'm not sure, but you would have all that information when you look it up. Do you have an exclusive right to occupy? Because you own stock, and this would not, most likely not apply to you. If you have a manufactured home, you would have to complete another page, but we're not going to do that. Here, you're going to attach a copy of the application documents. You're going to be sending over your driver's license. And this here, also, if one of the people is in a facility, you would fill that out. So you just follow through these. You hold a driver's license. If you're active duty of the military, you'd fill that out. Is the applicant identified on the deed or recorded? It should be yes. And the deed should be in the CAD data that you see. And we're going to say you're not an heir. And then you're going to sign John Doe. Or actually, you're going to fill out John Doe, Jane Doe. That you don't have another property that you're claiming a homestead exemption. Then you'll sign it and you'll date it. And then you will also, here, there's on page 4, if it's a manufacturing home, you'd go here and fill this out, but we're not doing this. Also, if you're age 65 or older, you would fill out this exemption, or disabled. You'd fill that out, but we're not doing that. Hopefully that's helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me.